How are we getting on, people? Luke here from LAGFX. We are back today with a new Sunday Sessions video. If you guys are new to this series, it's basically where I choose a few pairs that I feel hold good potential for the coming week, and I break down some of the analysis I've performed to give you a better understanding on how I am looking at tackling these markets. Now, this is obviously great for those new traders who are looking to learn a new working strategy, but it's also good for those veterans as well that are just looking for some additional confluence with maybe some of their own analysis. Now, if you go on to enjoy this video or learn a thing or two, don't forget to leave it a thumbs up. All the support you guys provide is very much appreciated. And if you have any questions or queries with regards to the analysis I go through today, then just leave them in the comments below. Now, the first pair I'm going to go over in today's video is the Euro US dollar market. And you can see here that price looks to be distributing. Now, a distribution usually happens at the end of a bullish move. And what it implies is that demand is being removed from the market and supply is being introduced. Now, as you can imagine, by price doing this, it's going to give us a flip in the S&D balance. And the reason why demand is being removed from the market is because all of the bullish activity and all of the people that have bought into this market to drive price up are closing those positions to obviously take profit from the buy positions that they've placed. And those looking to short the market are now getting introduced because they are looking at this distribution. Price may have traded into a area of interest, which is prompting those to actually short this market. So whilst people are closing those buy positions, removing demand, we also have sellers actually actively placing positions as well, which gives us that flip in balance and essentially a trend reversal. And that's exactly what we're seeing here now. We are seeing how price is within a range. It went from creating higher highs and higher lows to a reversal in trend, and price starting to now break to the downside. So I have gone ahead and marked out this fair value gap here. I wanted to see price trade up and into this area to give us a more refined entry for any short positions that we may place this week. However, price has gone on to obviously trade us lower. That doesn't mean to say that price won't trade us up and into this area before obviously continuing in this bearish leg. I would suspect that price will pull back to some point within this initial impulsive wave that broke structure to the downside, and that is just to set a lower high. So I am still anticipating a move to this area of interest. But this week I am looking to see strength in the US dollar, which only adds to our confluence with this position here. We are wanting to see weakness in the euro, and we're ultimately wanting to sell against this market. So if you are someone who's looking to take part in the euro US dollar market this week, then I would be looking for short positions. Just obviously make sure that you are delivered with the right entry confirmation and that all confluence has been met before you actually place any positions. I will be waiting for price to trade up and into this area or some area of interest. Deliver me with a fractal break of structure to the downside. That will confirm the end of the corrective wave that's pulled back and the start of the new impulsive wave to the downside. But that's my analysis for the euro US dollar market. Heading over to the Great British Pound to the US dollar markets, this is the cable. As you can see, we had very similar thoughts in comparison to the euro US dollar, and this is because the US dollar is quote currency for both pairs, right? So we are wanting to see strength in the US dollar, and you can see that we were delivered with that. Again, I had an area of interest that I wanted to see price pull back up and into after penetrating this demand zone here. Unfortunately, there wasn't enough demand to drive price up and into this area of supply before obviously taking us lower. So we did actually miss out on this opportunity last week. Price came to actually trade into this order block here, clear those orders, and then obviously traded us lower. So this would have been a very nice position. That could have generated us with 13% returns. This is part and parcel of the markets though, and this is what we can expect to happen from time to time. All we can look to do now is wait for our next opportunity. And if you look here, price has recently traded us into a hidden order block. So we could see a new bearish leg take place from this area here, which has given us a potential entry for a short position. Now, as we go down to the 15 minutes, we can actually refine this order block or this area of interest to this wick to the downside followed by wick to the upside, and as you can see, price has come to trade into this area perfectly before taking the markets lower. So imagine if we got involved in a position here. This happened about 7 o'clock on Friday. Obviously, I'm not looking at the markets at this point. A 3 pip stop loss, 17 pip take profit. We're looking at nearly 6% returns from that. So there is some good potential here with this market this week. Again, I want to see weakness in this market. I want to see strength in the US dollar. So I want to see this market depreciate. So it's just a case of finding an area of interest now for price to trade up and into before we can look to take the market short. It's very important that we wait. We sit on our hands and wait patiently for price to trade into areas of interest so we can make the most of the market. But yeah, wanting to see this market go short this week, it's just about finding an area of interest for price to trade up and into before we look to take the market short. Yes, price has traded into an area here, so this could be a good sign to short the market again. You can see here we have a fair value gap that price came to clear, so this was another opportunity. We obviously have this hidden order block here that price is traded into, and price reversed from this point here, which we obviously missed initially. Let's try not to miss a short position from this one here. Okay, moving over to the US dollar Swiss franc. So with the US dollar being a base currency on this pair, obviously we want to see it appreciate. We want to see strength in the US dollar, as I've said over and over and over again. So what did we do on Friday? Well, we placed a position on this market as price traded down and into a fair value gap, clearing just short of the 50% mark before taking us higher. So we are in on this market at the moment and we are profiting. I think price peaked at just short of 2%. Yeah. So we are up. We took a loss earlier on in the week on the Great British Pound to the Japanese yen. If you guys know me at all, I'm not the type of person to leave my clients down for the week. So I had to come through and provide a good opportunity for you all. And that's exactly what we did. So this made back from the loss that we took earlier on in the day. And it's a position that we are still involved in. Now, this is just a fractal part of my higher time frame scope for this market. We just zoom out. I want to see this high break here. By price breaking this high, that would confirm to me that enough demand has been introduced from this demand zone to start a new trend to the upside. Because obviously, price has been very much bearish, but it's traded into this demand zone. So I want to see a flip in the S&D balance. We can obviously look to take this market long. So this is just the start of potentially a big move to the upside. So as soon as we are delivered that breakup structure, I will then be looking at higher time frame bullish opportunities. But for the time being, we've got our take profit target just set below this, just so it almost guarantees that our take profit is achievable. As soon as that's been achieved and we've broken structure to the upside, that's when we can look for those longer term bullish positions. I want to see this market trade higher, longer term. We are involved in some bullish opportunities at the moment. So I do want to see a continuation in bullishness this coming week. Okay, just to finish off on the Great British Pound to the Japanese yen. Price has recently traded down and into this demand zone. I want to see price actually go on now to continue trading us higher. Obviously, this market has been bullish for a very, very long time. There's no real signs of that slowing down. The price has obviously just come to clear this area, and I'm now wanting to see a new bullish impulse taking us higher, following previous laws with this market. In order for us to deem a valid entry, I mean, we've had a change of character. I call everything that breaks structure, I call a break of structure. But this, in the eyes of CHF and BOSs, this is a CHF. It's a change of character. Why? Because structure has broken fractally. Okay, so we've had a CHF here. I want to see price pull back now, trading into this area of interest here. Gives us the opportunity to get involved in this market with some buy positions with a refined entry, and then we can ride price all the way back up. We would set our take profit target just below these highs here. That kind of guarantees that our take profit can be achieved, as we are expecting price to surpass these highs to create new higher highs in the market. So yeah, we've got some amazing opportunities this coming week on the 4 pairs that I've gone over. It's just a case of waiting patiently, waiting for the right confluence and confirmation before we get ourselves involved. But as I mentioned at the start of the video, if you have any questions or queries with regards to the analysis I have gone through today or anything I've spoken about, leave them in the comments below and I'll get back to you as soon as possible. And if you have enjoyed this video, don't forget to leave it a thumbs up and share it with your friends. Now, I appreciate all of you guys, and I just want to say a massive thank you for watching, and I'll catch you all in our next Sunday Sessions video.